Hello and welcome to another Flashpoint Campaigns Red Storm gameplay video. We're playing the Hell on Wheels campaign. We're now at Scenario 5, Battle Royal. Well, that's kind of intimidating, isn't it? Well, if you've been following this campaign so far, we've had, in my opinion, one really rough battle at the beginning. 3 that have been spooky at one time or another, but turned out to be not particularly difficult. And now this one, and I have no idea where it's going to go, but yes, I know, I love making the silly sounds in the middle of the video. Uh, it's got a scary name, Battle Royal. So, this is another go out and get the victory points situation. You can see that there are some already in NATO control, and a bunch out here that are not. And if we look at the Tactical Operations Center, it tells us unclaimed 2,000, 6,000, 9,000, 11, 13,500. Well, there's some up here, 3,500 there, 2,000, 2,000, 1,500, 2,000, 1,500. And we've got the same force that we had in the past to play with. Now, what's interesting here is that this time I was given, I don't remember exactly, I think it was as much as 7 hours to reconstitute the force and a handful of victory points. The force was in pretty good shape to begin with because the last scenario didn't stress it as much as earlier ones had. I chose to take, I don't recall, 3 hours, something like that. It may have been 4 hours of it. Yeah, I think I had 4 hours to reconstitute everything, and I took 2. That means we're starting at 0300. We'll have a couple hours of dark. I'm kind of hoping that means, oh boy, I've got an advantage against the primitive Soviets, but I think what it really means is that more of my units can see in the dark than his can see in the dark. I still think that the T-80s, and I guess I probably could take a look at the unit browser and figure that out, but I suspect they've got reasonable night vision equipment. What the heck, I just wanted to try it. I could get right down to it, have a night battle. So, what's the plan? Well, we've got to go out here and get these victory points. And I think it's reasonable to expect that we can seize this one, this one, this one, and probably that one early on. Given where they are said to be deploying, which we'll take a look at the Tactical Operations Center again. 28 to 46, 1 to 15. That's basically a line that looks like this here over here. Yeah, here in this area. I think trying to get out here is asking a bit much for this mech infantry, which I'm lining up to seize this part. So the plan is to get the mech infantry led by the armored companies in each battalion, which would be this one and this one, to take up positions in Sagehorn and well, looks like several little towns. I mean, I could just butcher the pronunciation, but I guess I'd rather not. Take up positions here, grab these victory points, and then have the armored battalion run down the road and grab these with a couple of companies, and then after the Soviets hopefully bash their heads against the mech infantry defenses here, and probably through here. Once we've withstood their hopefully withstood their attack, then launch an attack. Oh, here, here, here. So two companies will move. One tank company will move into positions in here. One will move into positions here. If I recall correctly, and I'd have to go look at the yeah, one of them will end up here, and one of them will end up here uh, in reserve for the counterattack, or for the oh my God, I wasn't really ready for it, to contribute to the defense if they need to. As far as the mech infantry companies go, let's find the there we go. 3rd Battalion is going to set up in this vicinity. I'm going to lead with the tank company. I'll have 2 infantry companies in position in this area, and 1 held in reserve back in the major metropolitan area of whatever this is. There's a lot of names in there, aren't there? The 4th Battalion, it'll move forward and take up positions through here. Meanwhile, 2nd Battalion's armor will move and fight as I described a few minutes ago. Artillery is in position here. Task force headquarters will move up here, and my reconnaissance are going to screen. One, they're going to grab these victory points, blow these bridges, and the other one's going to get in a position, I think there. I guess this whole line here makes me nervous, dashing straight forward and leaving all this open. That's kind of scary there, and quite honestly, those guys aren't going to be able to hold off much. Now, east-west communications through here kind of sucks. So since they can't start over here, I'm hoping that it's going to be piecemeal, and maybe with the support of artillery and maybe this mech infantry company, if I need it, we can hold there. I don't like the idea of having these guys way over here, and this is wide open. It just screams something. It wouldn't take much to push through. One company from the 4th Battalion is going to be in reserve. I don't remember exactly, somewhere in this vicinity in case they're needed that away, and they could move back. We've got a real command control problem here. We push forward, we grab all this stuff with sufficient force to defend, and anything I leave back here starts running into problems of command control. So what I'm hoping, even though this left flank makes me nervous and those victory points there are going to draw some attention, I'm hoping that they will break their heads on me here, and I'll be able to break their attack before this can turn into something really scary, because 1 infantry company in reserve here and 1 in reserve somewhere in this neighborhood, that just ain't much. So I've also got, and strangely enough, some attack helicopters, and I keep going back and forth wondering if I ought not leave one of those attack helicopter troops up in here to help watch this flank, or to support the main effort. Right now I'm set up to support the main effort. Well, all right, here I've gone into all this detail, and I've run on for 10 minutes. Let me check and make sure that oh no, we must get some things happening here, and crank that up to about 300. And let's go. I think otherwise we're going to have a hard time getting a command cycle in. We're off. Now, one thing I didn't say is I've got this And these two, oh, that's something else that's fascinating. It's pause. Take a look. They just killed a reconnaissance helicopter from, 10 kilometers at least. Um, those helicopters must be flying very high. Um, it's crazy. Uh, I'll grant the superiority of the Warsaw Pact air defenses at this level, but I mean, were these guys 3,000 feet up, 2,000 feet up to be seen from that distance? The map's flat, and I don't know. I got a problem with that. I got a real problem with that. Um, but there you go. And let's real quick, as long as I'm chattering, um, this M109, this M109 are going to lay some mines here and here. I'm pretty sure we're going to see, if not the first echelon, which is almost certainly already in this area, at least follow up will have to come through there, and I think we can slow them down, make them pay. And for this round at least, the M110s will be on call to try to smash headquarters, and especially that air defense pain in the butt that I'm rather put out with. Anyway, let's get this going again. Zap, zap, zap. Look at those guys. It's a real flat earth situation here, or NATO's helicopter pilots think that it's really safe to fly around at 5,000 feet so that they can be spotted on radar, 10 kilometers away. I don't think any of the designers or developers are watching these videos. There's just a handful of you guys that are crazy enough to watch this paint drying excitement, and but that part is just mind-boggling. Okay, everybody's moving. It's happening. It's what I wanted to see. I don't know how much exactly how much action we're going to see in this first command cycle, and I think this particular, even if we get one in, it's going to run a little long. There's a whole lot of units on both sides that have to be moved, and with this 300, which I'll adjust to 250 millisecond delay, it's going to take a little while to come to any significant contact other than the death lasers from orbit that are shooting down my helicopters. Boy, they got some air defense guys back there. Look at all the little flashing symbols. How much you bet some of these, especially over in here, move along with the columns they're supporting. Hey, let's turn on some sound effects. Oh, look at that. Oh, somebody just, that was fun. We dropped the mines and got some kills for people who are already there. Sometimes I like this movement sound effects, sometimes I don't. Right now, they don't not bothering me as much as it normally does. And let's really speed this up a little bit. If we start getting into some real action, I can always slow it down. I got it zoomed out now so that we shouldn't see too much of the jumping around that, especially on these low game delay factors, gets to be rather disorienting. Oh, look, we got an attack helicopter killed from probably only 8 kilometers now. That's not so bad. Somebody needs to teach these NATO guys, these US guys, that they need to fly low. Somehow I just knew in my earlier games cursing the Mi-24s that playing with NATO helicopters wouldn't quite be as much fun. I don't know, maybe using them badly. So where are they firing? We got no indication. Oh, look, my virus signature database is updated. Thank you, ESET. Let everybody in YouTube know that that I get a virus signature update. I don't know if you heard that, but I got cats fighting in the house too. You know, gee whiz, you'd think the cats would know I was in here trying to make a video. Well, moving right along. It's this is exciting. It's NATO on the attack, sorta. Really and truly, it's NATO moving into positions to defend. Now, grab your ground and let your enemy come to you, kind of thing. And hopefully, it'll work out. You know, the AI is nothing if not aggressive, and they just seem to enjoy hurling themselves to their ruin. There's another thing I never pointed out. I have reconnaissance that's moving all the way over into this direction to watch this flank. Reconnaissance will get here first in a blocking position, hopefully. And these guys are just really coming around to see if anything's coming this way. That'd be a nasty surprise to be all lined up, ready to go through here and find a couple of battalions of tanks wandering into your flank. One thing the game does very well with the delay in orders is it punishes you for missing, for not doing your due diligence. It's really hard to get somebody turned around and going somewhere else in a timely fashion. You just can't get this crowd to dance. You got to have a plan, and the plan takes a while to change, which is another reason to have some significant reserves, which over the course of the whole map I'll have about 2 M1 companies and 2 armored infantry or mech infantry companies. Here we go, 4004. What did we find? Tell me we found something. Yeah, we found something. Oh, look at that. Look, whatever. Oh, they're really unhappy there. Oh, there you go. Dear M110s, thank you. Well, 17 minutes in and we still haven't seen anybody, but I think that's going to change shortly. If nothing else, the reconnaissance bunch here and the attack helicopters, these guys are bound to stumble up. Now, how did he end up with hold orders? Hi, and him too. Well, that's operator error. Brain flatulence. I just don't know if I'll ever be a nimble and exciting YouTube moderator. I have a hard enough time getting my tongue out in front of my eye teeth so I can see what I'm saying. I heard something get broken somewhere. And I've allowed myself to get all lumped up. That this is poor planning on my part. I should have introduced some delays into that. That should not happen. That should not happen. Learn from my errors. If you have guys running down the road like that, that's cool, but string them out a little bit. That was that's scary. If we were, it still might be real painful. It'd be embarrassing. Yeah, see, these guys are moving. These air defense guys are moving. Gives you an idea. I mean, they're already in here. They've taken this one. So, and then not 14 minutes to go. We're bound to see some contact before too long. These guys got shot at so much they're not advancing. They're supposed to be up in here somewhere, but they've pretty much said, yeah, this hurts. Let's see, can I get it to select? It doesn't want to. It's too busy grabbing and moving. But the helicopters will actually go to ground. They'll land. See, this guy got shot. Looks like he's doing something different. He was on hold orders. Now, I'm not sure what 2R. Not sure what 2 means. It means I'm running away. That's what it means. There he goes. Well, we might wedge this this command cycle into one 30-minute video after all. I'm getting started on this. Oh goodness, I just saw it. Really need to pay attention to the pathing a little better than that. That was I may be mistaken what I saw, but that looked like an awkward movement path. And we got some kind of, but it's not going to show us. They fired, but they didn't. I guess at 150 millisecond delay, it's sorry you don't get to see the details. Pause this thing for a second, take a look and see if anything else. I don't see any craters. I don't know if that means they fired and I don't know. But well, whatever it is, we got a piece of that crowd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Oops. Hey, there's a professional YouTuber. Okay, here we go. And there's another mistake I made. I should have stacked that headquarters with that bunch there. It's dangerous, but if they're not moving, not going anywhere, hopefully that stack won't be spotted. That'll just mean extra orders to get them moving if I need them. It may or may not present a problem at the time. Oh, I'm happy about one thing. We're at least at this point, we haven't got a bunch of Mi-24s in our face. Nine minutes. Well, I kind of expect to see some contact by now. I think the helicopters there in the center got shot up so bad that they just refused to advance. They would have seen something a little earlier. Happened down in this area also. Did they just not come to play today? It's dark and nobody has gotten in position to see. Okay, somebody just got hit. Oh, look. Oh, very nice. I don't know exactly what's getting... Oh, well, it told me. That's interesting. I'm not sure that it's supposed to call that out back there. But hey, I'll take it. wonder if it's going to kill one of those helicopters. Maybe. Oh, there we go. Contact. Oh, look, self-propelled artillery in the assault. Well, that's scary. And another making with the shoot bang fire, but I think it's buggy. I've asked about this in one of the forums and got some folks' attention, but I haven't heard if they've discovered anything. Oh, first blood. First blood. I mean, except for them shooting my helicopters down from across the world. There's another one of those. But I think I was saying before, I've seen the artillery get call-outs and then never see a hit animation, never see craters anywhere. I don't know if the fire mission happened or what. It's weird. Up and now we're seeing some mech infantry coming down the road here. Geez, that little reconnaissance, those two Bradleys are going to feel lonely real soon. I wish the attack helicopter had gotten in, well, it did get in position, then it got run off. And we get some reconnaissance up here. Yeah, they can see too. Probably should have just held out for a 5 or 6 a.m. start and completely reconstituted my force, but what the hell, you know. See what would happen when you play in the dark. Oh, look, the attack helicopters did shoot. Looks like that's a long ways to be shooting rockets. I don't think. I'd have to look at the. Have to look down here to see what he. Oh, there's my artillery shooting again. Look at that! I haven't seen NATO artillery this effective in that role in any of the scenarios. Yeah, they've torn up some of those guys. In fact, maybe I just saw. Let's pause this thing. You know, some of those strikes that we never saw, we just saw one, but I don't remember seeing the other. So maybe they really are happening. They're just not getting, the animations just aren't happening. Oh, I don't know. 2 minutes to go, and we're right at 30 minutes, or 28:40, so maybe a few minutes over 30, and that's tolerable. Fights on in the center. Or for that matter, it is down here, but it's kind of pathetic. There's two freaking Bradleys against a company and more of mech infantry. They got some zap. I don't know what he just fired, but there he goes. He fired something. At that range, it had to be a missile. Yeah, these guys should be getting some help from some M1s shortly. Nice. Nice. And right at the end of the first command cycle, the fight is on. And there we go. Okay, we're at 29:59, right at 30 minutes. Let's take a quick look. at the TOC. We're not going to see a lot happening. 31. We've had 22 units fall out. Most of that's what didn't get reconstituted. We've eliminated 8 tanks, 5 mech, 4 infantry, 13 headquarters. So we've been pounding those guys with artillery. See, no artillery has died. So we haven't been hitting their artillery. In fact, you can look and find got to spot the here we go. Well, I don't see them. We look for these are them. These are them. This is the artillery. 4 headquarters, tanks. Huh. Another thing that's interesting is the scenario description is the same for this one. Battle for Bremen. Yawn. It's like they ran out of things to say about the campaign after the first couple of missions. Well, okay, I don't know what else there is to say. If you're still hanging on through all this, you've heard me blather on and on and on and on, and we'll call this an end. Again, if you're enjoying this, subscribe, comment, and my favorite things is to be ridiculed if you see something I could improve. In the meantime, I do thank you for watching, and see you soon.